10 years ago, I had just moved out to San Diego and I purchased my first iPhone. With that, I downloaded the app Snapchat. And there was this song by Adele called Hello from the Other Side, which I can't sing in tune, but I lip-synced the song on Snapchat and uploaded it and posted it. And it got 50 views. I thought that was incredible. I was like, I don't even have 50 friends. How did this get 50 views? It was like on the For You page on Snapchat. This would probably be equivalent today to like uploading something and it getting 500 views, but have never using the platform before and being like, oh my gosh, it got 500 views. I have a thing going on here. And so I started researching like, okay, how to use Snapchat. You know, I was washing dishes at a restaurant in San Diego at the time because I had just moved out here. And I noticed that people were coming into the restaurant and taking photos of their cocktails and posting them to Snapchat. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change my Snapchat name to the name of the restaurant. And so I was working my way up from dishwasher to server to eventually manager, and now, you know, I've been managing their social media for the past 10 years. The point is, I decided that I didn't have to work in the restaurant industry for the rest of my life. I could learn how to use social media to tell stories and to make a living. So we went on to work the Instagram page and gain tens of thousands of followers on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Created a video that got like 12 million views. Got featured on World Star Hip Hop, Business Insider, and I was able to create a company, a business around creating content, around creating social media. During that whole process, you know, I remember I was doing this on Instagram, and I remember I'd be begging my friends, dude, you gotta get on Instagram. It's free advertising. It's like going to the casino, but you can't lose, you know? Like, you create a piece of content, if it goes viral, then you get a whole bunch of attention on whatever it is you're trying to do for a living, you know? And I kept having these conversations with my friends, and I would pride myself in like being really fast and like creative. So like I was creating everything on my cell phone. You know, I wasn't using any special softwares or programs. Like I was doing everything inside the app. And I even created a way where I could do it like in the iPhone software, flipping videos around and then uploading them to stories and getting thousands of views. And I really enjoyed doing it. But the way the platform is designed is you're on a hamster wheel, okay? You do something great, and it immediately gets pushed down. You got to keep playing the game if you want to win the content game. And so it created a lot of anxiety in my brain because I was addicted to the red dot, addicted to the notification. And so a little over 5 years ago, I had to take a break. I also had to figure out my own mental health, because for the first time in my life, as a young man in his late 20s, I was getting anxiety. Previously, before that, I'd always gotten inflammation in my body, and that was kind of like my adversity thing that I had to work through since high school. You know, I was that kid that didn't go away to college because I was dealing with very bad inflammation issues. You know, in high school, I kept a cane under the bed, and I would have inflammation attacks where like I couldn't walk, like I couldn't get to the bathroom. And so that was my adversity as a teenager. And then, as a young man in my late 20s, anxiety started to hit me. And when the anxiety started to hit me, I was like, oh my God, this is a new wave of suffering. You know, like physical suffering is one thing, but mental suffering is a totally new thing. You know, they're apples and oranges. They suck in their own ways, and they're unnecessary in their own ways. So that's when I discovered, you know, meditation and mindfulness and breath work and how to deal with the racing mind and the running thoughts and the emotions that would just spiral out of control, and, you know, how to understand how the mind and the body works and all that stuff. And then I decided to get in front of the camera myself and create a brand around breathwork and meditation. And you know, we have Breathe Blue Door, Breathe and Think Better, these different brands that we've created, and I've been able to grow and scale these brands and use them to make a living for myself and help friends and family through all that. But the point of this video is, no matter what you're doing in the content game, in the creative game, in the artistry, the way these platforms are designed is to incentivize you to keep feeding the platform. And you will never get enough rest, enough time off, enough breaks from it, no matter what niche you are in. It's simply the way the platforms are designed. It is what it is. It's not a conspiracy. They do it for a reason. The level of difficulty it is to even create a platform for you to go on there for free to create content is extremely difficult. And once they do create it, they do monetize it. That's the society that we live in. It is what it is. So I'm not suggesting that you don't get into the content creation game, because the content creation game is what pulled me out of the restaurant industry. I'd be serving coffees, washing dishes, mixing margaritas, still to this day, if it wasn't for content creation. Now, there's nothing wrong with serving margaritas. Actually, I think it's a great profession, especially if you want to learn a lot about people. The thing is, it doesn't give you any type of long-term stability or income, unless of course you save and invest your money and let it compound for yourself. So when it comes to creating content, the landscape that we're looking at moving forward is what I want to shine light on. Okay, we're getting into a world where there's going to be AI agents, billions of them operating on our behalf. I'm going to be able to upload the thousands of videos that I've created over the years and create a model that looks, talks, thinks, and acts just like me. But what it won't have is it won't have the human touch. That's what's going to become extremely valuable. Your flaws are going to be your strengths. Now, what does this mean for creating content? This means that working with whatever you have, you can start now. You do not need a special piece of equipment. You do not need a fancy camera or a microphone or this green wall that's set up behind me, and I'll prove that to you. I'll do things with a disgusting background. I have a screen right here in frame that I noticed after I started filming, and I really don't care that it's in my frame right now. I got this plant right here that, you know, it's not designed properly. I just put the camera down and started filming, okay? Because that's what the human touch is. That's what's going to be interesting about content moving forward. Yes, there will always be a place for sound design and cinematography, of course. But guess what? If that's not you, then throw that thought out the window. You don't need any of that shit to move forward, okay? All you need is your idea, your human touch on an idea, and you stick your face in front of a camera and you talk about what you're learning about it, how you're researching about it. That becomes your niche. You don't even need to start with a niche. You are your niche. Your name is your niche. Okay? And so the point of this video is, if you're interested in creating content, just start right now. Don't overthink it. The courage that it takes to be fearless, to click upload, that's enough. Once you break through that barrier, don't look back. Just keep going. And if you overthink it, you're gonna get burnt out. If you think you need more, you're gonna get burnt out, okay? It's a new game, it's a new era that we're in right now. Resilience and stamina and longevity is the name of the game. You gotta keep yourself healthy, you gotta keep yourself mentally strong, and you gotta keep showing up. And that's how you can become a successful content creator. Thank you.